Hi everybody. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Fingers crossed. Oh, I can hear me twice. Let me sort that out. Hi Hannah Marie. Hi Watercolor Loving Dog. I think that's Barb. Hi Barb. I know it's super early for you. Yes, hopefully you can hear me okay. Just let me know. There always seems to be some sort of technical gremlins, but hello. Hi Winska. Hi Anne. I'm guessing this is a good sign that I can see you saying hello. You can hear me, brilliant. Thank you, Linda. Hi, Hippo, Sandra, Fen, Valerie, Christiane. Okay, brilliant. This is good, we're going well. Galaxy Girl, hello, and Alex, you can hear me. 5 a.m, wow, super early for some of you. I know it's also super late for, or evening time for some of you in Australia. It's always really tricky to find a time zone that works because we're all over the world, which is amazing. Hi Little Egg from Melbourne. Oh, hi Stephanie. You're here with your sketchbook. Amazing. La Mancha, Tara. Sound fine. Okay, brilliant. And Maha. Hello, hello. So welcome to day 15 of Sketchbook Joy. If you have joined us from the beginning, huge congratulations. You've made it halfway. That's absolutely amazing. If you have jumped in a little bit later than that, that's totally fine too. This is a very relaxed, low pressure challenge. So even if this is the first stream that you've seen and you decide that maybe this is something you want to join in with, please do. Don't feel like you have to start at day one. You're welcome to just start where you are and maybe do 15 days of Sketchbook Joy. We're very, very relaxed here and we're very much about low pressure, no perfectionism. We're just going to find joy in our sketchbooks. Good afternoon from Manila. Hi, Gatita. Sorry if I'm pronouncing, my pronunciation is terrible. Works, Jay, hello. Hi from Norway. Hi from Portugal. Amazing. So nice to see so many of you in the chat. I'm going to try and keep up. Hi, Maxine. Because today we are doing the butterfly prompt. Now, before we start, you can use this time to gather your supplies. I also have some housekeeping to do. So it means this whole challenge is to celebrate the launch of my book, Sketchbook Joy. So this is being published on 6th of March. Now, very, very exciting that I've got a giveaway for you all. So I have put some information in the description. But if you would like to enter, it's all the information is there. But to celebrate, we're going to give away some prizes. So one lucky winner will be getting a signed copy of Sketchbook Joy. And then there's going to be 29 runner-ups. Where you'll receive a signed bookplate from me. So I've signed them all and I've put a little illustration on there that you can stick into your copy. So if you've pre-ordered, then you'll be able to enter. It's open internationally, which was something that was really important for me because I know you're all over the world, as proven in this chat. So all you need to do is send your proof of your pre-order to a specific email address, which is in the caption, like in the description box here on YouTube. And all the information in the T's and C's are in there as well. So if you would like to enter the giveaway, the information is there. I'll also be putting this on Instagram so everyone has a chance to enter. But it's just a big thank you for your pre-orders. So thank you so much. Let me just catch up on the chat. Barb, so cool. We are all from all over the world. Yeah, it's so nice. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Hello from MA, USA. Is that Massachusetts? Anne, hi Anne and Eve. Sounds exciting. Cannot wait for my book to arrive. Thank you so much. Yeah, really, really happy that I could do the book plates, and then obviously one winner is getting a signed book, and I don't know if I mentioned an original painting. I don't think I said that. So yeah, the main winner will get a signed copy and an original painting that I'm going to paint for you, and then 29 runners up. So so excited to share this with you. My white balance is going wild with that, so I'm just going to pop that up here, and then we can get along. Hi Christina, you missed something. I'm going to mention it again at the end, but the information is in the description box. So I'm giving away some book plates and a signed copy of the book, but all the information is in the description box of this video, and I'll be talking about it on Instagram as well, so don't worry, I will put it everywhere. I'll be putting it in today's Instagram post. So let's get on with day 15, shall we? We are doing the butterflies prompt today, so I do have a reference for us. I'm just going to put it on the screen. Here we go. So quite a little, like a range of butterflies here. You can pick one of them and just do one on one spread, or you can do multiple. I'm going to do multiple, and it is actually a project in the book because it's a really nice subject because they don't have to be perfect. I know it can be tricky with the wings, but it's also a chance to use all of our bright colours. So I'm going to be doing it in this style today, where we put down the wings and then we add our details on top. So this is in the project section of the book, and a lot of the prompts do match up with the a few things in the book, so it's a really nice way to tie it in together. Yeah, a little sneak peek. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be using brush pens. I've also got my watercolours, so I'm thinking that would be fun as well, but I've got my Tombow brush pens here, and I've also got some eco lines, but you can use anything. You can use Neocolors, you can use coloured pencils, whatever you've got. As I say, this is very low pressure, so feel free to use the art supplies that you feel comfortable with. Okay, so I think we can get on. I'm not putting a timer on. We're going to be live for about maybe another 55 minutes-ish. This will be about an hour's stream. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. I've got my eye on the chat. Otherwise, we're just going to get to it. So I'm going to start with a brush pen one. I think the thing I love about butterflies is you can change the pattern to suit. So if you don't fancy any of these colours, or you want to make them a bit more vibrant, then absolutely I encourage that. Let's start with a yellow one. I'm actually going to roughly sketch out the shape of the wings, but as I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what this challenge is all about, so don't worry about it being super duper symmetrical. I'm always saying to my patrons that we love a bit of wonkiness because it adds a lot of charm, so don't worry if things are wonky. I would say go smaller first, and then you can go a little bit larger in case you aren't happy with the wing. It's easier to add rather than take away. So start small with your colours, and then you can make it a little bit bigger if it's not quite right, whereas you can't do it quite as easy the other way round. Does the giveaway work if purchased from a different retailer other than those mentioned on your pre-order page? I found it on an online Norwegian bookshop. Yes, it does, absolutely. Anywhere that you've bought it, as long as you've got proof of that pre-order, you can send that to the email. So that's totally fine. And thank you for your pre-order. Hi Sonia, hello from Germany. Okay, so I'm going to grab a nice bright yellow and just fill this in. I feel like this is going to be a bit more chill today, just having this group of references. And I know it's quite small, but we don't need to see a lot of detail. So we can really have fun with this. That's looking very orange on camera. It's a bit more yellow, but let's try and add in a few different shades. And then I'll go on top with my coloured pencils. And we can make this as detailed as we would like. So you might want to do really speedy butterflies and just fill a huge amount on the page, or do them really, really small. This one's quite versatile depending on what you fancy. Hello from the Netherlands. It's so nice to see so many of you. So I'm just going to... I'm not worried really about the details at this moment. I'm just focusing on the main colours, and then we can add on our details on top. Now, annoyingly, I do have a parcel who's just arrived, pulled up outside the front of my house, so I'm going to have to go and answer the door, because I literally stream for 1 hour a day and he comes on the 1 hour. So carry on with your butterflies. I'm just going to answer the door, and apologies for this. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what the chances are. Why do parcels always come when you're kind of not available? Sadly, when it's not new art supplies. Honestly, I need to buy more art supplies just to make it reasonable that I keep having to answer the door during streams. It's not even for me, it's my husband's. He did apologise because he got the email saying it was coming from 9 till 10, which would be fine, and then he texted me saying, I'm really sorry, but I think it's going to come in your stream. But he's forgiven, he's forgiven. It wouldn't be a Katie Live if there wasn't a postman. Yeah, and I am expecting some printer ink today, so what are the chances that it will be twice in one stream? I mean, I hope not, because that feels unlucky, but yeah, it's definitely a Katie Live. You know it is when the postman comes. Christina's waiting for your Chroma Flow pencils to arrive today. You're going to join in later so you can use them. Oh, fun! I've never used those. Honestly, the amount of art supplies there are in the world. It's amazing how many, like how we all have our own different preferences and styles. Okay, the camera is making this very, very orangey, but I've got my base butterfly here. I'm just going to zoom in to do the details. So I can go on top now with maybe an orange pencil. Hi Elena, from Florence, Italy. There's loads of you all over the world. And then I'll use this to do some of these veins, which again, I can't see very well, but it really doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it's nice that we can't always see the references. You can see I'm just adding on the veins here. And then if we do something like dots or things, then we can make that nice and symmetrical. But I don't think it really matters on this bit. And I'm going to fill my spread with lots of different butterflies. I'm just going to get a darker brown now. Barb, it would be hilarious always at the wrong time when you're on an important phone call. They seem to time it specifically to make it most awkward for us, I swear. Okay, just got a brown here. I'm just going to add in a bit around the edges. I think I'm doing this one on the top right. Doesn't have this thickness of the brown, but as I said, doesn't have to be perfect. We can all make our own unique little butterflies by using these as our starting point. That's always a really nice thing to do with references, because it really makes it your own. This is coming super, super orange. When I upload a photo later of the art on Instagram, it's going to be a little bit more accurate to the colours. And a little dot. There we go. So there's my first butterfly. I like the way he looks. So I'm just going to do another one here. I'm wondering whether I might try out my watercolours next. So I might try and do like the turquoisey one. Let's do that one next. Hi Danny in Australia, loving the challenge, thank you Katie. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. It's so nice to see everybody's art. It's so inspiring on Instagram. Roxandra, hello. Your Ecoline Sharp streaky on your Royal Talon sketchbook. Oh, okay. I would say you have to be quite quick to blend it. And like this was Ecolines, and sometimes there's a little bit of streaking, but it's not too bad. But I do think with brush pens you're going to get that anyway, and it is something that you kind of have to lean into with the texture. So when I first started using brush pens, I did find it quite frustrating, but it is one of those things that you can sort of lean into and use to your advantage. So if it's streaky, it might work with butterfly wings, if that makes sense. Now I'm just going to try and work out how to do this over the edge, the middle of my sketchbook, because I think I will have it over the middle. But I don't want the middle of the butterfly in the spine, so I'd rather have the wing in the spine, if that makes sense. And I'm doing this quite lightly. I just want to fill this up, and then we'll have another one over here and try and fill the page like that. Hi Genta, you're 16 years old. You wondered where you should start posting your art as a young artist. You're terrified of AI and have heard that Instagram isn't the best place. I'm probably not the best person to ask because I do only share on Instagram. I stopped posting it on Twitter, but for me I find that I love the community on Instagram. But I think anywhere that you post will be a little bit tricky. I'm pretty sure someone said Blue Sky is probably, I think that's not, I think they're very against AI, but I can't really speak for that because I personally don't upload there. But if anyone has any suggestions, please do share it in the chat. But I find it difficult enough to post on Instagram, let alone another platform, so I just stick to the one, just because it works for me and I've built up my community there and I really enjoy hanging out there. But that's really exciting that you're like a young artist and looking to share your art. It's lovely to see you here in the chat as well. So I'm just kind of blending in these colours. This one's already going a little bit not quite as even on each side, but that's okay. As I said, definitely not aiming for perfectionism, we're just having fun. It's really nice to just draw with you all. So it's not really about the art, it's about the process and the experience. So that's what I'm taking away from the challenge. Eve says there's a setting in your IG account where you can opt out of Meta using your art to train their AI. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Eve. That's really helpful, Genta. If you do want to go for Instagram, then there should be a button to opt out. Thanks for sharing, Eve. Katya, you love your art. Oh, my art style so much. Thank you. So happy you got to catch me live. Would I mind sharing what camera am I using? I'm actually just using my iPhone. I do have a webcam, but I found it wasn't the best. I mean, this one still isn't great at capturing the colours, but I just use my iPhone and my streaming software. And yeah, keeps it nice and simple. I'm just adding a bit of a darker blue here. And then whilst this is still looking a little bit messy, it's going to completely change when I add on our details on top. Hi Mel, just popping in for a second, we'll watch the whole stream tonight. Oh, thank you Mel, hope you enjoy watching it later. So this is mostly going to get covered up by a dark colour, but I want to put the base down just so that I can go around it, because there's some little dots on the end of this one. And then kind of a burgundy colour maybe up here. So, ooh, that didn't come out burgundy, that's come out pink, but we'll go with it. We're making our own butterflies here. Okay, so I'm gonna just do the middle, and then I'll leave that one to dry whilst I go on to the next one, because I don't want to go on top until it's dry because the pencils won't lay very well. So we'll come back to this one in a minute. Let's do another butterfly down here. Off topic, do I use StreamYard? Katie tried OBS and it was hard to understand. OBS was completely frying my brain, so I use Streamlabs, which I think is similar to StreamYard, or it's a similar thing, but I use, yes, Streamlabs is way more user-friendly, I found, than OBS. I felt like I'm not a proper streamer, so OBS was just, yeah, I was way in over my head. Okay, what one shall I do next? Let's do this little orange and... I'm actually not going to do the orange and blue one here because I'm thinking that I've got the orange yellow one there, so I might try and split out the colours. So I'm thinking about my layout here. Let's do one from the very far left. Thank you, we'll check it out. Video tech hurts my brain. Me too, Eve, me too. I mean, we're lucky that I'm able to do this because a lot of the time I just hope on a wing and a prayer that something will work. But that's why if something goes wrong, I'm absolutely stumped for what to do. especially because like Mitch is very technical, but he doesn't work from home, so my tech support is actually working at his real job, so I can't actually use him for tech support today. Okay, so we've got a little one there, and then I'll do another big one here. So I want to try and vary the sizes. So like here, which one should we do here? Maybe we'll do that light yellow one. Just so that it's not super gridded. I don't want them to be like in a very like formatted way. I still want it to look quite organic. So I'm thinking about varying the sizes. You can stick to one size, that's totally fine too. We'll all have totally different spreads by the end of it, which I love. But this is something that I'm thinking about whilst I fill my layout. I always end up with one smaller than the other. One wing that's smaller on one side. Okay, so you can see I've got my two planned out here. You can't get the shape. Don't worry if you need to like keep rubbing out, that's totally fine too. I prefer not to, and I find the shape as I go, but it's totally fine if you need to erase and take your time. There's absolutely no rush, so feel free to take your time with this. You've got, well, depending on the time, you might have all day, so there's no rush at all. Right, let's come back to this one. So I'm going to make this one, it's got like a soft creamy colour. Kind of here. Oh, I was going to use brush pens. Let's swap. Because I went straight in with watercolour there. So let's go back to Tombows, just because then I don't have to wait for it to dry. And ideally I'd like to fill up this spread in this stream, but I might not. We'll see how we go. Christina, you used to read Charlie and Lola books to your girls when they were young. Your butterflies are giving me the vibes from those illustrations. Oh, I really like that style of illustration. Oh, that's really nice. Winnie, so weird not having a timer. I know. It's like we're all just working at our own pace. I thought it would be nice and chill to not have a timer. And yeah, we'll just take it at our own paces and see how we go. But usually on Patreon we always have a timer, just to like, we do work quite fast on Patreon and keeps us on track, especially because usually on Patreon our live streams are an hour but our Zoom calls are 2 hours. So I mean personally I couldn't do one reference for 2 hours because I work quite fast. So we generally do always have a lot of references and a lot of timers, but it keeps us loose. It means that we work pretty fast, and that creates a really nice energy in our work. So you can see I'm changing things up again, completely changing the colour of this butterfly. So I won't be able to like label them like I did with the fish one, but that's fine. I'm not planning on doing that with this layout. Just enjoying putting these butterflies on the page. Good morning, Smeebsby Art. Hi, Tara from Australia. So fun to do butterflies. Are they similar to moths, painting moths? Yeah, to me, there are some really lovely moths, and I don't know the difference, but I think these ones are butterflies. I think moths are generally, they have a bit more brown, don't they? And their wing shapes are different, I think. But I definitely don't know enough. So for this one, I want to get my dark indigo. So I'm going quite dark on this one. And it might look odd at first, but I think once I come in with the other ones, it won't look quite as odd when I finish up the other ones with the darker tone. So this one does have a little bit of an outline. Okay, I'm kind of losing whichever butterfly I'm drawing, so I'm just going to use what I've got on the page rather than referencing the image. I'm just going to use what I've put down already. Barb, you keep forgetting that most of the time when you work fast, you work better. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think we just let go a little bit. I think that's why I always love timers, because it kind of gives us, our brain, that excuse of this doesn't have to be perfect because I'm working fast. And yeah, I just find that the energy is a lot better. But sometimes I think it's nice to spend a bit of time, like it does feel a bit more mindful when you're not sort of scrambling, knowing that the time is about to go off. But generally I do find that I prefer the work I do as well on timers. Okay, as you can see, this isn't symmetrical at all, but it still looks butterfly-ish, so that's fine with me. I might add in a touch of near colour here as well. That's nice. And then I'll darken up that middle body. So I do feel like I'm going quite slow today, which is totally fine, just different to how I generally work, but nice and chill. I wanted a nice chill stream today. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I might add some more, just a touch more colour here. So many Aussies in the comments. How cool! Hello from other all the arty Aussies in the chat. Yeah, it's so nice that I'm trying to vary the live streams, because I think there's a 12-hour difference between us in England and you in Australia. So all the live streams this month I'm trying to do at different times. So I'm not sure if our last one will be at a good time, because I think that will be for on like suitable for the west coast of America. So it's really nice to see so many of you here. Oh, Jess, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really glad that you're here and creating with us. It's one of my favourite things, especially as like an artist who works from home all of the time. That's why I love live streams, because it really has that community feel, that we're all just having a nice time and creating together. So I'm glad you're feeling that vibe as well. I'm coming back to this one now this is dry. And a lot of this I think will be covered up with this indigo, but that's planned. That is planned, just because I want to be able to see that this underneath. So let's do some circles. Oh, 11:30 p.m. there, yeah. So you're 11 hours ahead. I applaud everyone. I know some of you it's super early in the morning and some of you it's super late at night. And I don't think my brain would work at either of those times, so I applaud all of you who are here drawing along. Like, that's dedication, and I appreciate you being here. And I know some of you will be watching on the replay as well, when this does go after we've finished being live. So that's really nice that we can all draw along together, even if it's not quite live for some of you. Okay, I'm going to try and do these veins. And then down here, we've got the interesting shape. Okay, I feel like I am going really slow with this one, but I might finish this one off later. That's fine too. And I always say that with patrons as well when we're doing our timers. If you need more time, I'm really, really lax with rules, because I just want us to have fun with our art, and that's what the Sketchbook Joy, what the book is all about as well. So it's really important to me to just enjoy it. So if you find that you're having more fun by going slower, then that's totally fine too. Or you might be zooming through these and have filled your spread already. Like, we're all totally different as artists, and it's something that we should all champion and really like be proud of, that we all work in such different ways. So I'm just going to swap in for another blue here. That's too dark. Maybe this one. And then I'll do the veins with this. So I'm changing colour a little bit just because I want this to be a little bit softer. Oh, you smudged yours. Maybe it's a butterfly in flight, like moving so fast that it's like a blurry picture, Stephanie. Oh, 8 p.m. for Anne. Oh, honestly, it blows my mind when I remember how big Australia is, that you're all like a few hours different from each other as well. It's so cool how we're like all united, drawing together. It blows my mind when I think about it too much. Okay, so it's kind of easier when you've done one wing because you can just reference the one next to it. You've done the patterns on that side, you just need to copy it over here. So this one should be a little bit quicker. And then yeah, this wing's definitely bigger, but we'll just have a slightly wonky butterfly. No worries, Tara. Thanks for changing it live stream times. It's 9:30 p.m. here. It's nice to be able to catch it live. Having said that, I've been known to attend some super early times too. So dedicated. I'm so impressed. But I'm glad this one's more at a reasonable time for you. So you don't have to be super early or super late. It is really, I'd love to just find a time that we can all create together, but it's just so different because we're so widespread, which is also a lovely thing. I just wish there was one time that would work for everybody. We would just have like this giant party. Okay. So I think I'm just going to grab some Nia colours, just because I want to see if I can add any brighter patches on here. It's not doing much, so you definitely don't need to do this bit if you don't have Nia colours. Sometimes it's just nice to just ramp up a few areas. Let's add a little dot there. Yes, exactly, Tara. Steph, your butterfly's just keen to zoom away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're ill, Lady Laddie. It's great watching your stream with other people. Oh, I hope you feel better. Susan, hi from Cyprus. Having a sneaky watch at work, but myself and the kids will make butterflies later. Oh, amazing. I hope you enjoy it with your kids later on. And that work goes nice and quickly for you. Okay, so I'm going to stop at this butterfly. He is a little bit wonky. But as I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with a bit of wonkiness, it just adds charm. So I'm going to move on to this one down here. This one I think I'm going to do, maybe I'll do an orange one. Ooh, choices. I'm trying to think, maybe I'll do pinky orange. Or there's no pink butterflies on here, so I'm going to make this one up. But I've moved to Tombos here rather than eco lines. I do use them interchangeably. It kind of just depends on the colour more than anything. Eco lines I find are brighter. Sometimes I don't want that brightness. Sometimes I want more muted tones. They do have some muted tones, but yeah, it kind of depends on whichever colour I need at the time, rather than sticking to just the one brand. All your butterflies look like ribbons. Oh, that sounds nice. We made a whole new species of ribbon butterflies. All your butterflies are wonky. That's good, Christiane. We love wonkiness. I feel like nature isn't perfect, so you can always get away with wonkiness when you're drawing nature. Let's do a lilac bottom bit as well. So let's make this lilac. And then maybe we'll have a dotty. So I might cover most of this up and just keep the dots showing through. But let's see how we go. So here you can really see, I think the tombos, because they're not quite as juicy, they streak a lot more. But I kind of just embrace that, and I'm going over it with pencils anyway. So to me, it doesn't matter that they're streaky because I won't see that in the end result. This guy might be looking a little bit wonky too, but he'll just be friends with the other wonky guy. Contest entered, yay! Oh, thank you so much. You sent a translated version of the receipt. Yeah, that's totally fine. As long as it shows your proof, that's all good. Good luck. With your tombos, do you just use the watercolour ones or do you use the alcohol-based ones? Only watercolour, I don't use any alcohol-based markers. Lisa, it would be cool to see all of the butterflies being created all around the world right now. I know, wouldn't it? That'd be so fun. You also, Lady Laddie, often don't sketch before, but when it comes to butterflies, I'm so impressed how you're able to just eye match the wings. I don't know, I mean, I think it helps, and it's one of the reasons why I am sketching, to try and get that right. But the beauty is, as well, with brush pens, is you can just add like a few more to it. Like if it's not quite right, then you can just add a bit more brush pen. So that's why I say go smaller, and then you can add a little bit more, because you can make it the right size easier if it was small and then you're making it slightly bigger, versus if you went too big with the wing at first and then you can't really take it back. I don't think I explained that very well, but that's why I always say go small first and then you can add to it. But I also do have a lot of practice, not necessarily with butterflies, but with eyeballing it in general, because I don't sketch. But yeah, definitely we can embrace the wonkiness, I think. Galaxy Girl, your butterflies look like ribbons too. I was about to say that, but thought it sounded weird. You're both like connecting over your ribbon butterflies. Is cellulose paper your sketchbook? Yes, this isn't a cotton sketchbook, I don't think. So I'm pretty sure it is all cellulose. This is the Royal Talon sketchbook, in case you were wondering, which is the sketchbook I'm using for the whole challenge. So I'm not changing sketchbooks. It's all going to be in this one 13 by 21 centimeter sketchbook. Okay, let's add some more to this now. And again, I'm not copying one from the reference image, so we'll just make this up as we go. And the colour pencil is changing depending on the brush pen it's on, which is quite nice. Well, this one definitely doesn't look very natural because it's not real. Definitely don't see many pink butterflies. I see lots of blue and turquoise and green ones. I wonder why you don't see... I guess pink isn't a supernatural colour, apart from flowers. This is starting to look a little bit cartoony here in the middle, so I've made his head too big, so let's add a little bit there. That looks a bit more natural. And I did that in the wrong place, so I just kind of went over it. Also, totally fine. I'm not too worried about that. Now down here, let's see how this blue works. So I want to do, maybe I'll just do dots like this. I was going to do them negative space wise, but I think this works better, because otherwise it would take forever. Your sketchbook is the same as it's your favourite. Yes, my favourite too. Like, it's really low pressure. I don't overthink in it because the paper's not super, it's not super thick and it's not expensive. And that's a really big thing for me, because I do think we can worry about what we're creating and tend to be a bit more perfectionistic with expensive sketchbooks. And that goes against all the stuff that I say. So, I think this is why it's my number one, that I'm always talking about. Maxine, you have to go to bed. It was lovely to hang out for a while. Oh, no worries, Maxine. Hope you sleep well. Okay, so how to finish this one up? Let's give you a scalloped edge. I don't think that's the technical term. Oh, that looks a bit spiky rather than scalloped. Let's see. Okay, I really am making up at this point. But it's fun to just play with pattern as well. That's another good thing about butterflies. Oh, okay, this kind of looks just like a child's toy or something. But it's nice to use my pink and purple brush pens. And then I'm just adding some scribbles on top. Whoa, okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's do some more. So we've still got, 20 minutes left of the stream. So what's that like? I've spent about 30 minutes doing 4. So I don't know that I'll be able to fill them all, but let's see how we go. I'm going to copy one that I was on here already. So I want to do one of these that the wings aren't quite as, more like this, where they're a little bit further out. Because the wings can really vary as well. Like, you've got these ones which are a bit more like squarer, and then you've got the ones that are quite different. It's amazing, the different shapes, but again, that's why it doesn't have to be perfect, because they're all so different. And this one isn't perfect either, but that's all right. Okay. What colour to do this one? So I might do lilac again, and maybe blue. I think I want to go a bit more natural on this one. I don't really have one in mind that I'm copying. I'm kind of looking at a few different ones at once. Let's see. And again, I'm going to do the dark indigo over the top. Is anyone using like watercolours or wet mediums? I did do this one in the Kuretake. And maybe a touch of pink just to tie this in so it's not the only bit of pink on the pages down here. So again, trying to balance my sketchbook a little bit. And then I was going to do a blue. Oh, nice. Steph is using gouache. That's alright, Steph. Like, you've only just started your like art journey, so that's totally fine as well. If you're enjoying it, to do more practice. Like, we're all practicing. We're just at different levels. Rinska, watercolor mixing pencil. Alex is using watercolor and for one, and brush pens for most. Hannah Marie, watercolor and gouache. Ooh. Anksunia is going rogue with some juicy and granulating watercolors. Oh, I bet that looks beautiful on butterflies. Christiane's Neocolor 2 with water brush pen. That's Christiane's favourite combo. Always so nice to see your work, Christiane. Anne is using gouache. Genta's using the Art X acrylic marker. Oh, I've seen lots of people use those on Instagram. Coloured pencil from Jess. Ilana, hello from Amsterdam. Just discovered my channel. You've inspired. Oh, to dust off your Ecoline brush pens. Have hardly used them before, but you absolutely love Neocolors too. Excellent choices. Yeah, I really like the Ecolines. They're super juicy. And welcome to the channel. Okay, I think we're there for the base of this one. I'm just going to get a brown for the middle. I think the more that we do, the more comfortable we will get. So I'm still not really sure how to do like the bodies, but if I really wanted to, I would just do more of them, really study them, probably get some like higher res images and really practice, because that's all art is just practicing. So if you find a subject that you really enjoy and would like to do more of it, then absolutely go for that. A lot of the prompts for our Sketchbook Joy challenge, you can do that, and that was really important so that you're not sort of hemmed in by the prompts. If you really want to go off and practice a specific thing, then they should still work. Or you can do it completely and just disregard the prompts. That's totally fine as well. As I said, no rules here. Okay, let's go with the dark indigo. You're doing a coloured pencil one now. Tara's using ink tents and once that's dry, use dip pen over the top. Ooh, nice. Cooking dinner, that's also important. Anne's obsessing with acrylic paint markers. I love my acrylic paint markers. Lady Laddie's thought about drawing with some coloured inks. Oh yeah, that would be good. Smeebsby, haven't started mine yet, but tempted to use acrylic ink. Acrylic ink would be a great one for this because they're super vibrant. I really enjoy using acrylic ink, but it's one of those ones that I put away like in the drawer and then I don't use it again for ages. But yeah, that would work really well with these. Hi Sandy, just woke up, you have quite a bit completed. Where did I get my references? From Pexels, which is where I get most of my copyright free images for references. 5 AM, it's a little early. I really applaud you. There's no chance I could be drawing at 5 AM. Works is using colour pencil. Sandra's using watercolours and watercolour pencils. Barb, just starting also 6 months in, we're tired and oh, Barb, we're we're all at different levels, and I love that because it's always so nice to see us take like different references and do them in totally different styles because we are at different levels, and I find that really inspiring because you would do something that I wouldn't have thought to do because maybe I've always done it this way and you're coming into it with like that beginner mindset and a bit more experimental. So I think it's all good that we're all at different levels. It's always really inspiring that we can all take ideas from one another, and I think that's what I've loved most about this challenge. This 30 Days of Joy is I've been able to see so many different takes on these prompts, and it basically just makes me want to do my pages again when I've seen everybody else's because I'm like, oh, that would be good. So I know that I can just keep coming back to my tagged photos and find ideas to draw for like the next 5 years. Okay, so let's tie in some dark indigo down here. And then I want to do another yellow one because we've only got this one yellow-orange one up there. So I would really like to tie that in a bit better. It just kind of balances out the spread a little bit. Because I do like to sort of see the spread as a whole. And I think it makes a difference to the end result. Nina, studied so much since this challenge. It's really been Sketchbook Joy for me. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. La Gatita is using fountain pen and highlighters. Jagger Sketch, you weren't drawing but just saw someone mentioning Art X and now you're starting mine too. Good morning all. Good morning! Oh, that's so nice that you're joining in with us. Where can you find more information on this challenge? Sounds really nice. Oh, thanks Alana. So it's on Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram, which is Katie_Moody, one of my tagged posts is the prompt list. So it's called Sketchbook Joy, which is part of my book, which is being published next month, and we're all drawing together. So you'll find the prompt list and all the information on my Instagram. Works, yes, very inspiring seeing everyone's work for the challenge. Hi Joe from Australia, always enjoy watching my videos. Thank you, Joe. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one down here. Time-wise, okay, 10:50. We've got 10 minutes-ish left. So I don't want to rush, so I'm just going to continue taking my time. Let's do another little one. Little or big? Let's see how it turns out. Let's just see what happens with my pencils. I'm just going to let this guide the shape. Okay, medium size I think we've gone for. Another more of those like squarer ones. Sometimes it also helps to stand up. I'm not going to stand up because I'm streaming, but sometimes that can help as well. If you're looking, sometimes we get like the angles can be a little bit skewed when we're sat staring at our sketchbook in this way. So if you stand up, sometimes that really helps just to see where things are maybe a little bit skew with, if you wanted to unwonkify them a little bit. Standing up really helps just to change that angle from the way that we're viewing it. That's often a really nice way to see where things might be a little bit wonky. Okay, so we're going with that bright yellow again. I might make this cream, so maybe I'll grab this near colour and go really soft buttery yellow here. Yeah, that's nice. It does mean, so if I put my near colour down, it means that only near colour will go on top. So I'll just be careful with that, or I'll use near colour for my details. Because this is a wax pastel. Well, that's kind of like it's like a sunset one. Let's do that down here as well. I like that. So just playing with supplies, I just grab ones that I like the colour of, and then from that I'll try different things. It might affect the mediums that I put on top. So it's all very flexible. I'm never set in my ways with mediums. I'm always testing out different ways to use them, or different things we can combine them with, because that's where I get inspired the most, is using lots of different supplies. Which is also why I'm running out of room in my art room. Okay, that line was a little bit skew with, so let's just neaten that up a little bit. And then I'll pick a brown for the middle. Wow, a book, you must be so proud. Sounds like a lot of work, but so surreal to have the book actually in your hand. Exactly that. You've got that spot on. It was such a big like undertaking, such a huge project, but a dream come true for sure. And actually, this morning I've shared a video on my Patreon of all the art that went into the book, including art that didn't make it, because the imposter syndrome was strong. And there's definitely some work that like I did at first, and then I built up more confidence and then worked out what to include. So if anybody wants to see more of like the behind the scenes, or more of the artwork that's gone into the book, that's on Patreon this morning. And there's also like a Q&A that I did last year on there as well about the book, but definitely a dream project for sure. And I can't wait to actually have people like have it in their hands, because I had to keep it a secret for so long, which was so difficult, because I just wanted to shout it to everybody, like, I want to tell everybody what I'm doing. And I couldn't for so long. And then finally I could, and I just now had to wait for you to get it. And now it's like round the corner, which is very, very exciting. And I just can't wait. So we're doing a launch party on the 6th. That will be our next live stream, if anybody wants to come for that. So some of you might have your books on that day. Some of you, it might still be arriving, but it will just be a nice way to round off this challenge and yeah, celebrate and draw together. Okay, this was looking super bright on the screen. It's not quite as bright in real life, but I'm using my Neocolors on top because of the Neocolor base. I like this combination with the pink. Thanks, Steph. Smeesby, imposter syndrome is the worst. Yes, and it was very, very strong because it's a big deal and I wanted this book to be perfect. And obviously, as you all know, I don't love perfectionism, but I really struggled with it with the book. Thankfully, I managed to work through that and I'm incredibly proud of the end result. But yeah, it was tricky at the time for sure. Okay, I need to stop faffing with that one because I think he's done, and it's very easy to overwork, I think, so I'm just going to stop there because I'm happy with how it looks. So it doesn't need anything, so I can just step away. And then we've got some space here. Now I have got a blob of yellow here, but I think I'm going to do my next one over here. How are we doing for time? Okay, it's taken me about 5-6 minutes per butterfly. So let's do another one down here. I'm going to stick with brush pens because they are quicker. Maybe I'll do a greeny blue one. I'm just going to grab some eco lines. Oh, I do need to sketch first. I do find that helpful. Let's do another long one. And then over here I'll just have a bit of space. So for each of the prompts, I am writing a little bit about the prompt. So 30 days of Sketchbook Joy and then the prompt name. So I'll leave a little gap here to fill there. I could also put in a tiny butterfly, but I think we'll see how we go. So we're almost at the end of the stream, but we'll finish this butterfly first. And hopefully, like, you can carry on if you're enjoying it. Or you can call it there. Okay, that's nice. I do like how these blend together. Again, not really like using a reference for this, more just playing around and making it up as I go. But that does also mean that we're going to have totally different butterflies by the end of it, which is nice. I think this would also be good with, as like so many of you using different mediums, which is always fun. It would also work really well with collage. So many different options. So with all of these prompts, they can be taken in so many different ways, which I love. It's always nice to see that. Winnie found this more difficult than painting chickens. Too many decisions to be made on shape, colours, patterns, analysis paralysis. Oh, I totally understand that, Winnie. Sometimes, like when there is so many options, like with chickens, you generally got the shape and you've got the colours, and it's going to be the same. Whereas, yeah, maybe this is a little bit tricky. Maybe I made it difficult for us by picking butterflies. So totally feel you there. But I think it is one of those things that the more we practice, the easier it would become. So let's... I really like the ones with this sort of border bit. So I'm adding that onto this one, because I am making up my own species of butterfly here. Okay, I wonder, maybe I will do a smaller one here. How are we doing for time? Okay, we've got time. I might just extend the stream a little bit, just so that we can finish it, rather than just ending. So we'll just go for a little bit longer. I'm sure I'm sure you won't mind, but if you do need to get to bed, then please do. Don't let me stop you, but I'm going to extend the stream a little bit more because I'm not ready to end it yet. You need your paint to dry. I've started using a hairdryer, Steph, because, well, with my watercolours especially, I'm very impatient. So I have started using a hairdryer to dry my paints, which has really helped speed up the process for drying, especially on live streams when I want to show like techniques and things. But if you do have a hairdryer, that could be a good option. Hippo, oh, I think you usually show it in English as well as French, so I'll wait for your next message. Steph, that's a good idea, great tip. Oh, no worries. Yeah, I've learnt from experience for that one. Okay, so let's see. I'm continuing with this one when really I should move on to the next one, but let's just add on antennas. Okay, so let's do one more. This is where I'm going to put my little text box. So let's finish off with a tiny little butterfly over here. So do a little baby one. Which one to pick? Maybe a little red one. I haven't done any red. This one's super tiny. Okay, you can't see that, but I can see very slight outline. And we'll go bold with the red. Well, really bold. I don't know if that was the right choice because I haven't got any other red on here, but if I add the yellow, I think it will work. Well, okay. We'll see if that was the right choice. I think once I add the details, he'll look a bit better. But yeah, just nice to play around with these different colours. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Hippo. Information for people in France. Oh, they can't take pre-orders as soon as it's released. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know much about W.H. Smith's, but thank you so much for the information, Hippo. Lisa, your 30-day challenge has been such a good way to create art again and keep inspiring and motivating you and a lot of us. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. That's such a lovely message. I'm really, really glad to see, like, it's amazing to see so many people do it, even if you're not doing it for the full 30 days. It's really nice to see so many people join in. So thank you so much. I'm really glad it's been getting you into creating. Winnie, your partner just came in, looked at your butterflies and said they're nice but not as cute as your chickens. Well, Winnie, you clearly just need to be a chicken artist. Chickens are your calling. They were fantastic chickens. But yeah, I do think butterflies are a little bit harder. And you did the chicken so quickly as well. It's so interesting how different things can be. Okay, I'm just adding a few dots on this one. And then I'm almost done. So just going quiet whilst I concentrate on this last one. And then we'll check in and see how you're all doing. Love the pop of red. Thanks, Eve. Okay, I think this one needs a darker outline. So I'm just sort of looking around the spread just to see if any of them feel a bit more unfinished. I think this one does because it doesn't have the outline all the way around. So maybe I'll suggest that a little bit. Just just need a darker... My mess, as always, my desk is a very, very big mess right now, whilst I've just grabbed things. You can't show your chickens, they are so funny looking. Oh, I bet they're funny and cute though, Steph. Thanks to Moody Art. Sandy, you do love chickens. They're really fun. They've got such a good personality. Professional chicken painter. Exactly, Winnie. It's your calling. Oh, thank you so much. I completely agree with Lisa. You feel the same way. I'm so happy to hear it. It's been such a fun challenge community-wise, and then it's so nice to see that so many people are connecting so nicely with it as well, that it's really helping you with your perfectionism, because that was such a big deal when I first started creating. And so I'm really happy that this challenge has helped people overcome that too. So I'm going to leave the reference up for a little bit just whilst I add on my little square of text. But we are coming to the end of the stream, so oh, I just broke my pencil. Let's try that again. I will be taking it away, but I'll add the URL for this reference in the description box. You can also find all the information of the giveaway there. So if you missed it at the beginning, we are doing a giveaway for all of you who've pre-ordered 30 days, that's the challenge. If you've pre-ordered the book Sketchbook Joy, then you can enter the giveaway. So we're giving away an original painting by me for the winner and a signed copy of the book, and then 29 runners up will get a signed bookplate that I've also added a little illustration on just because I couldn't resist. So all the information for the giveaway is in the description box. I don't usually write on stream, so I'm going very, very quiet. What day are we on? Day 15, because we are halfway. Butterflies. So this is just how I like to do the challenge pages. Not all of them, but I do enjoy putting some information on. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to take off the reference. As I said, I will put the URL of the reference in the description box after we've finished streaming. Do you know, I feel like we've got a little gap up there, but they're nice and colourful. The camera's definitely making them a bit more orange toned, but I think they're looking really pretty. I hope you've enjoyed drawing along with me with these butterflies. No worries, Sandy, not quite awake. That's totally fine. I know it's totally different times for all of us. Thank you, Hannah Marie. So fun so far joining in the challenge. Barb, so proud of you. Katie, so admire you, as most of us do. Art books are so helpful for self-learners. Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind. You're all so lovely. You think you should do one of these challenges every month? Oh, Christina, I would love to, but it is a lot of work. And I'm looking forward to a little bit of a break in March after publication. But it really has been so inspiring so far. And we're only halfway, so we've still got another 15 days worth. So as always, if you need any extra cheering on, just let me know, and I'll put some motivational words into your messages for you, because you're all doing amazing, and I just want to cheer us all on. Lady Laddie turned out really nice. Enjoy creating art. Have a lovely day. You too. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Galaxy Girl. Sandy's in the US. Oh, it's super early for you then, Sandy. Thank you, Works and Alex. Eve, lovely to have company. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much, Eve. The challenge is awesome. Celeste. Oh, thank you, everybody. You're all so lovely. It makes this challenge so worth it. I've got such a lovely community, and just really, really grateful for you all. Thank you, Tara. Going to do some extra gouache butterflies. Oh, yes. I think it would be really nice with gouache. Bye, Christiane. Roxander, thank you for being so amazing. Love the challenge. Thanks, Sunia, and thank you for all your kind comments. Yes, it is tricky to keep up, but it's worth it. I really want everyone to know that I'm cheering you all on. So hopefully I don't miss anyone, but I'm trying to keep up with the tags. Do tag me, otherwise I might miss it. If you just mention me in the post, my notifications are very, very busy at the moment, but if you tag me, I am keeping an eye on the tags, and I'm keeping up with that. So please do tag me when you upload the post. There is an information story about that in my highlights, Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Helena. Thanks, Steph. Never use so many different supplies within one challenge. Super inspired and happy. I'm all about mixed media, so I'm really happy to hear it. But yes, thank you everyone for coming. As I said, do enter the giveaway if you've pre-ordered. You just have to send proof of your pre-order to the email address in the description box. But again, I will mention that on Instagram later on. Lovely to spend the time. Thank you, Anne. Good night. Hope you have a nice rest of your evening. Ilana, thanks, your first draw along, really fun. Good luck with everything. Thank you very much. And Camelia, truly love the challenge. Oh, hello from Bucharest. Oh, thank you all for hanging out. Have fun with the rest of your challenge. I know you'll ace it, but do give me a shout if you need any encouragement. Rinska, you're more an urban sketcher, but love these. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, everybody. I will speak to you all really, really soon. I can't wait to see your butterflies, so please do share, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye, everyone.